Mm. Start.
Start பண்ணுவா.
Ah.
Um, Good morning to all. Myself Sriram Google 17BC1 and my teammates Akhil Sarvesh and Dinesh are here to present our third review presentation and our project there is Dr. Satyarthi. And this is our topic, modeling of capacitance for on-chip spiral inductors. And here is the synopsis for our project presentation. And here comes motivation, objective of the project, detailed block diagram, design methodology. That is problem statement we have then worked on and implementation. Then timeline we have gone through. Then references were attached. Objective of our project. Nowadays, the fully on-chip RF designs, especially in the wireless communication market, is in a huge demand, and so there came a new interest in the design of spiral inductors, in such as VCOs, LANs, IF filters, passive filtering, matching networks, and passive components, inductive loading, etc. And these on-chip spiral inductors were widely preferred over bond wires. Then there is a great deal to model, design and optimize this inductors for RF designs in this wireless communication applications. And also due to less power dissipation, low noise and distortion, and operation at a huge frequencies such as gigahertz, these RF or on-chip spiral inductors were used in a wide range. And this is a motivation of our project. And we have derived these three formulas: capacitive oxidants, then substrate capacitance, and resistance. Were given. This is the detailed block diagram we have attached. And CS is the underclass capacitance used. Then LS will be the series inductance. RS is series resistance. And then COX is outside capacitance. Then CSI is the substrate capacitance. And RSI is that substrate resistance. And here left side we have attached a 3D model of an spiral inductor. Then decide methodology and problem statement will be followed by Akhil.
Yeah. Next slide. Problem statement is the above mentioned model uses two circular disks, and the method cannot be used for areas bigger than 4 into 10 power 4 micrometer square, which is equivalent radius is 100 micrometer. So in this work, we are presenting an analytical expression to calculate the substrate, considering the trapezoidal structure instead of the two circular disks. And next page. This is the work done. Uh, First, for the trapezium, what we did is we divided the trapezium into three different parts, one rectangle and two triangle. For the electric field expression for rectangle, we used the line charge formula and integrated it from one point to the other point. The expression for line charge is E equals K into Q by A root of L square by 4 plus A square. Here in case of L, we are using the breadth and we are sweeping it from one end to the other end. And by doing it, by integrating it from P to root of P square plus Q square by 4, we are getting the expression. Next page. Next page. After integrating, this is the final expression we are getting. This is E1 equals 4KQ by V into tan hypotenuse inverse root of 4 P square plus B square by V minus tan H inverse root of P 4 P square plus L square plus B square by V. This is the electric field expression for only the rectangle. Next page. For the triangle, what we're doing is we're moving the left side triangle to the right side and we're making it a small rectangle. And using the same method, we are sweeping it from one end to the other end. Here, the a distance varies from root of p square plus l square by 4 to a equals root of p square plus t square by 4. So, for getting the two different triangles expression, E2, we are integrating it from these limits and we're getting the final expression for E2. Next page. So this is the E2 expression for the two triangles. So for the total trapezium, we have to add the E1 and E2. By adding it, we are getting the final expression mentioned here. Yeah, next page. For the potential calculation, we are using the expression, basic expression, V equals uh, integral 0 to Ts E dp. Ts is the half the distance between two trapezium plates, and the point charge is at the exact middle point of two plates. So by integrating it, we are getting the mentioned expression. Next page. So these are the general formula we're using to find the CSI. CSI is equals Q by V and sigma equals Q by A. Sigma is the surface charge density and Q equals sigma into A. Area is 1 by 2 times L plus T into B. So for CSI, we are getting the expression sigma into 1 by 2 times L plus T into B whole divided by potential. Next page. Next page. Now my friend Dinesh will continue.
Yeah, this is the code where this part is going to be a validation of the formula we have derived. So to validate the formula, we need a practical data from a real spiral inductor. To find, we got the data points which is in S parameter form. So using this linear regression code, we are going to plot the data points in a plot and we'll be finding the intercept and coefficient of the fit. So linear regression gives a coefficient fit and intercept fit. So using that, we'll be calculating the original practical data point values. So we'll be comparing it with the formula we got. Next page. Please skip this coding part. This is the data plots we got. Skip this coding part. In this plot, what we are doing is the first plot is a scatter plot. So using the scatter plot, we are going to draw a fit, which a linear regression fit, which gives the intercept and coefficient. And this graph is the x-axis is the frequency and y-axis is 1 by real values of the inductor data. Next. This is kind of similar graph to that, but here we are comparing with the imaginary data and the real data, which is given in the data sheet. Next. This is where the actual part starts from. Here, what we are doing is using the scatter we got, we're gonna draw a linear regression fit where which the intercept and coefficient is mentioned below. So next. And this intercept coefficient is for the imaginary by real part values. Next. Here we might have wondered why we found all those intercepts. Here is the explanation for that. Uh, First graph we did it for 1 by real values of the y parameters, so which can be equated to this 1 by a plus b by a whole omega square. Uh, this is from a paper which is already published by Dr. Huang in 2005. So in that in this formula we can find that it is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So m, the slope will be 1 by a, intercept will be b by a. So similarly for the second graph we did it for imaginary by real values. So in this the slope would be c by d, and the intercept would be d by a, and below we have all the values corresponds to a, b, c and d. Next. So from the from the data we got, uh, using the coefficients and intercept, we are calculating the Cox and R sub, RSI, CSI values. So in this we got CSI as 0.29 to 10 power minus 6, which is 0.29 microfarad. So which is the actual practical value of a spiral inductor. And next page. So for that practical value we got, that same inductor has these dimensions, which is width of 6 millimeter, spacing 4 millimeter, number of turns is 6 millimeter, length is 150 millimeter. And what we're doing as per our formula, what we are doing is finding the area. We'll be equating the area to a trapezium. Next page. So trapezium formula is 1 by 2 L plus T into B. So we are integrating to it. Sorry, we are equating to it. So from that, we are considering the K. K actually K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, where epsilon naught is air medium. So we'll be considering the epsilon value as epsilon naught, which is air medium. And the point charge we are considering it as one coulomb charge. And when we substitute all the values we got to the potential, we get this V is equal to 4.49 into 10 power 7 volt. And for finding the CSI, we have derived the expression before itself. So in that expression, putting the Q as 1 coulomb, we get it as 1 by V. So 1 by V is 0.22 microfarad. Next page. And the previous value is 0.29, and here we got 0.22 microfarad. That if the previous traditionally used formulas are only limited up to 400 millimeters square area of the spiral inductor. Here we consider the 900 millimeter square area, and we found this formula, equated this formula. Using for this inductor, will not be able to calculate the CSI using the previously used formulas. Next page. Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.